Before you scroll, pause for a second, because what you're about to read might just shift something inside you. These aren't theories from books, but lessons carved out of real pain, loss, and awakening. They are truths most people spend a lifetime searching for. If even one of them touches your heart, hit subscribe, because here, we don't chase perfection, we chase truth. When I was younger, I thought wisdom lived inside books. I believed that if I read enough pages, underlined enough sentences, and listened to enough people, I'd somehow figure out how to live. But life had other plans. It didn't teach me through lectures or libraries, it taught me through storms. Every heartbreak, failure, betrayal, and silent night became a classroom. These lessons didn't come easy, they came when everything I thought I knew began to crumble. And through that wreckage, I learned 15 truths that shaped the person I am today, truths that taught me more than all the books I've ever read. The first truth is this: no one is coming to save you. For years, I waited for someone, a mentor, a lover, a miracle, to come and pull me out of the mess I was in. But one morning, staring at my reflection in the mirror, exhausted from my own excuses, I realized no one was coming. It was me. I was both the problem and the solution. The day you stop waiting for someone to fix your life is the day you start living it. The second truth: you become what you repeatedly do. Not what you say you'll do, not what you dream about, but what you consistently show up for. The smallest daily actions build your destiny. I used to think big dreams made people great, but it's the small habits, waking up early, keeping promises, doing what's hard when no one's watching, that separate the dreamers from the doers. Discipline isn't punishment, it's self-respect in motion. The third truth I learned: you can't pour from an empty cup. I used to give until I was drained, emotionally, mentally, physically. I thought love meant sacrifice, but I confused selflessness with self-destruction. You can't heal others when you're bleeding yourself. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's survival. When you fill your own cup, you overflow naturally. The fourth truth: pain is a teacher disguised as suffering. Every time I ran from pain, it followed me. Every time I faced it, it transformed me. Pain has a strange way of stripping away illusions. It shows you what truly matters, who truly cares, and what truly lasts. It humbles the ego and awakens the soul. The next time you're in pain, don't just ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" Because the lessons you resist the most are often the ones you need the most. Truth number 5. Not everyone deserves access to you. I used to believe kindness meant letting everyone in. But not everyone comes with good intentions. Some people love the light you carry but hate that it's yours. Setting boundaries doesn't make you cruel, it protects your peace. You can love people from a distance and still wish them well. Energy is precious. Spend it wisely. The sixth truth: money doesn't change who you are, it amplifies who you already are. I met people who gained everything but lost themselves. I met others who had little yet gave freely. Money reveals your character. If you're generous when broke, you'll be abundant when rich. But if you're greedy when poor, wealth will only magnify that emptiness. Learn to master money, but never let it master you. The seventh truth: time is the most expensive currency. You can earn back money, opportunities, even relationships, but never time. I wasted years chasing people who didn't want to be caught, and moments worrying about things that never happened. Now I treat every minute like a gift. You can always make more memories, but not more minutes. Spend your time with people who make you feel alive, not just busy. The eighth truth: forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. I held grudges like weapons, thinking they protected me. But the truth is, bitterness only poisons the vessel it's stored in. Forgiveness doesn't mean what they did was okay, it means you refuse to let their actions live rent-free in your mind. When you forgive, you take your power back. Truth number 9. Comparison kills joy. I used to measure my worth by other people's success, who had more followers, more money, more love. But everyone's timeline is different. The flower doesn't compete with the tree, it just blooms. The only person you should compete with is who you were yesterday. Social media will lie to you, it shows highlights, not behind the scenes. Focus on your own chapter, your story is still unfolding. Truth 10. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's the foundation of it. Every great person I've met has failed more times than most people even try. Failure isn't final, it's feedback. Each time you fall, you learn something books can't teach: resilience. You don't grow when things are easy, you grow when you have no choice but to rise. The 11th truth: silence is powerful. I used to fill every silence with words, afraid of awkwardness. But silence holds truth. In silence, you hear your own soul. You learn that not every battle needs a response, not every question deserves an answer. When you stop speaking just to be heard, you start listening to understand. Some of the most powerful moves you'll ever make are made quietly. The 12th truth: love is not possession, it's appreciation. We often mistake attachment for love, wanting to own, control, or change someone. But true love is freedom. It's wanting someone to grow even if it means growing apart. Love that clings suffocates. Love that accepts heals. When you love right, you don't need constant reassurance, you become the reassurance. Truth number 13: you attract what you believe you deserve. I learned this the hard way. I kept attracting people who disrespected me because deep down, I disrespected myself. Life mirrors your inner world. The moment you raise your standards, everything changes: the people you allow in, the choices you make, the life you live. You don't get what you want, you get what you believe you're worthy of. The 14th truth: gratitude turns what you have into enough. I used to chase more success, more recognition, more everything, until I realized happiness doesn't live in the future, it lives in the present. Every breath, every sunrise, every quiet night is a miracle. When you start counting blessings instead of problems, your whole vibration shifts. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start saying, "Thank you." And the 15th truth, the hardest one of all: everything ends, and that's what makes it beautiful. Life is temporary. People leave, moments fade, seasons change. But impermanence gives meaning. If we lived forever, we'd take everything for granted. Knowing it all ends one day teaches you to live deeply, love honestly, and let go gracefully. The sunset's beauty lies in its ending, not its beginning. That's how life works too. After learning these truths, I stopped chasing knowledge and started living it. I stopped looking for answers and started becoming them. The truth is, life doesn't reward those who know the most, it rewards those who apply what they know. You can read 100 books about love and never understand it until your heart breaks. You can read about courage and still tremble when fear visits you, until you act in spite of it. Books can open doors, but only life teaches you how to walk through them. These truths changed me because they stripped away illusions. They taught me that wisdom isn't about adding more, it's about letting go of what no longer serves, letting go of the person you thought you had to be. Real growth happens when you stop trying to become someone else and finally return to yourself. Each truth is a mirror reflecting back who you really are beneath the noise. You begin to see that the person you've been searching for, the stronger, wiser, braver version, has been there all along, waiting for you to remember. When I look back now, I realize every broken moment was a blessing in disguise. The heartbreaks taught me empathy, the failures built my resilience, the loneliness made me self-aware, and the silence showed me peace. Each truth came wrapped in pain, but unwrapping it revealed freedom. That's the thing about truth. It doesn't comfort you at first, it confronts you. But once it sets you free, you'll never go back to lies again. And maybe that's why you're here, reading this, searching, hoping something clicks. Maybe your life has been whispering these truths already, through people you lost, things that didn't work out, or dreams that didn't unfold the way you wanted. Maybe, just maybe, the universe is trying to remind you that wisdom isn't something you find, it's something you live. You don't need 100 books to learn how to live, you need courage to face yourself. So if you take anything from this, let it be this: the truth will hurt before it heals. But healing is worth every ache. Because once you know who you are and what truly matters, no one can take that from you. You'll stop chasing what's fleeting and start cherishing what's real. You'll stop fighting life and start flowing with it. You'll learn that peace isn't found when everything is perfect, it's found when you stop needing it to be. And someday, when you're older and the world is quieter, you'll look back and realize that every struggle was a chapter in your becoming. You'll smile at the person you once were, lost, scared, unsure, and whisper, "You made it." And that will be enough. Because in the end, it was never about reading 100 books, it was about becoming one. A living story of strength, truth, and transformation. If these truths stirred something inside you, if even one line made you pause and reflect, don't just scroll away. Subscribe for more stories that don't just inspire but awaken. Share this with someone who needs to remember that life's real lessons aren't written on pages, they're lived through pain, love, and courage. Keep learning, keep growing, and most of all, never stop becoming the story you were meant to tell.